All right, so subleasing, having another provider come into your space and provide their services. The important thing to recognize here is that you hold the upper hand, okay? Any company, what is the biggest problem that most companies have? It is getting new customers, okay? So think about you as the gym owner. What do you ask all the time? How do I get more people in the door? How do I get more athletes? How do I get more interest in the things that I'm doing? Well, so now imagine, so envision yourself, you're a gym owner. Imagine if somebody came to you and said, hey, I want you to come into this space. There are 10,000 people inside of this massive office complex that are all interested in working out, and they're all interested in the type of workout that you do. I would love for you to come and put a gym right here, and we're going to actually refer everybody to your gym. It's a no-brainer. That is the easiest way. You have built-in customers right there. It's your ideal client that is right on your, it's right at your doorstep. So you'd be silly not to take that deal on. When you sublease to a sports massage therapist, to a chiro, to a physical therapist, you're basically saying, hey, here are 100, 200, 300, 400 members of my gym that all need your service. Here's a room in my gym. All of your ideal clients, more clients than you could ever service, will be at your doorstep. You just have to follow through and provide a good service. It's a no-brainer. So the first thing you need to recognize going into a sublease is that you need to sell that idea to the person renting space from you, because in my mind, there is really no limit to what you can charge within a degree of reason. But if the person really capitalizes on the opportunity that you've given them as a sublessee, they will never want for another customer. They have to just have good follow-up, good customer service, provide a good quality product, and all of your members will use them, because in the lifespan of an athlete, everybody's going to need that service. So start off with that. You hold the upper hand. We have two options here with the subleasing agreement. Option number one is simple and preferable for me, because I'll tell you why. So option number one, you simply rent the space to them. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to allocate a square footage amount that you're going to rent to them. For the purpose of round numbers, I want to look at this. So you have 1,000, not dollars, 1,000 square feet in your gym, okay? You're gonna rent an office that is 100 square feet. Boom. That is 10% of your space that you're renting out to this person. What you now need to do is look at all of your expenses unrelated to a coach coaching a class, okay? These are your towels, your toilet paper, utilities, your water. If you have front desk staff, you want to include that labor cost in there. If you have a cleaning crew that comes in, you want to include that cost. You want to include your rent cost into this number. Anything related to the operation of the facility that is not what you pay a coach to coach a class. You need to include your salary in here, because you're doing administrative work. When a light goes out, you are ensuring that that light bulb is changed. All of your expenses that are not your coach's pay for coaching a class. Let's stick with round numbers. This total cost here, let's call this total cost $10,000, right? That's your monthly total cost. It's important to note, some gym owners, some of you aren't paying yourself. Some of you are bartering cleaning services. Some of you don't have these costs fixed, built into this. Pretend as if they are. So give yourself a salary. If you can't afford to pay yourself, but I want you to factor it into this, because you need to get paid for the work that you're doing. So let's say at the end of the day, this is $10,000 a month that this costs you. 10% of that is $1,000. 10% of your square footage, 10% of your costs. that you have there. We're at $1,000. I like to bake in a little bit of a profit margin because guess what? You're probably going to reinvest in your space. You're probably going to improve their space. If they come to you and they want a better door on their room, you want to have the capital available to reinvest in that, or you want to reinvest and your staff need raises, build that in. So build in another little profit margin into this number. Maybe that's 10%, 20, 30%. Whatever the case is, you want to add a profit margin. Let's call this one 20%. We are at $1,200. That is the rent on the space right there. So that's how you figure it out, a percentage of your costs plus a profit margin. Option number 2, I don't recommend, but it is an option, is this is a revenue share. Okay, this is a revenue share. I find that most gyms and most service-based businesses have a monthly fixed cost of anywhere between 20 to 40%, okay? So we're simply gonna split the difference of that, 30%, okay? That is the fixed cost. So let's say that this massage therapist has $1,000 in revenue coming in every month. 30% of that is $300 per month. You want to build in a little bit of a profit margin, and we're actually going to build in that profit margin up here. So 35, 40, whatever the case may be. So now we're at $400 per month. The issue here is, while the rent is lower on the front end, that's good for the practitioner. As their business grows, the only thing that they're going to see is that 30% check that they cut you every month. When in all actuality, that probably is a good deal for them up until a certain point. So if you have somebody that wants to do this revenue share model, set a ceiling on it that is this number. So maybe we go 35% of your gross revenue is your rent. At the point that you hit $1,200, that's your ceiling. Most people will undercharge here, so factor in everything and then take the percentage of it.